by Markus Spenger.
Hmm.
It's called First Starting with the Man in the Mirror. But trust me, it's packed with insights about understanding yourself.
Yeah. It might be audio, but Marcus really lays out some key concepts that I think are super valuable.
And for us, it's all about getting to the core of it.
Mm.
Cutting through any fluff
Right.
and highlighting what really matters for you.
Exactly. We're all about efficiency, right? Giving you the most impactful ideas so you can actually apply them.
Right. Okay, so the central theme that runs through Marcus's whole recording is this idea of prioritizing your own personality as the foundation for everything in your life.
Yeah. It's almost like he's saying, look, before you go out and try to change the world or fix everything around you, start with yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he breaks this down into 3 key reasons why your personality should come first, which we're going to unpack today.
Sounds good.
All right, so the first one is, you are the only constant in your life. On the surface, it seems pretty straightforward, but when you really think about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you're like, duh, of course.
Huh?
But then you realize, wait a minute, there's actually a lot more to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do you think Marcus is really getting at here?
Well, I think he's going beyond just your physical presence, right? It's not just that your body is always there. It's more about your internal landscape.
Okay.
Like, think about it. Your thoughts, the words you use, how you interpret things, your reactions, your actions, all of that. Those internal processes, the way you experience the world, that's the constant.
It's that unique filter that you see everything through.
Exactly.
So it's almost like you are your own operating system, in a way.
Yeah, I like that. Like all the external stuff, people, jobs, situations, those are like the apps. But your personality, your internal way of being, that's the operating system that runs it all.
I love that analogy. So if we're each our own operating system in a way, then upgrading that system, understanding how it works, that becomes crucial, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Marcus really drives this home. He talks about how people come and go, relationships change, your environment shifts. But your inner world, you're always there. You're experiencing all of it.
You're the constant thread throughout all these changes.
Right. So focusing on understanding and leading yourself, that's not just some self-help thing. It's actually the most strategic thing you can do.
It's like building a solid foundation.
Yes. Because no matter what crazy stuff happens around you, you've got that inner strength to fall back on. Okay, so point number 2 that Marcus makes is, be the change you want to see in the world. We've all heard that before, right? But I think he gives it a fresh perspective.
Yeah, he really brings it back to this idea of the self. It's not about trying to change other people. It's about taking responsibility for your own internal state.
Exactly. It's almost like a challenge, right? Like, okay, if you want to see more positivity in the world, start by cultivating it within yourself.
And he actually gives a really practical example in the recording, right? About how you can actually make this happen.
Yeah. He talks about being mindful of what you're consuming. Like, what are you feeding your mind?
Right. Are you spending all your time reading negative news or doom scrolling on social media? Or are you choosing to engage with things that uplift you, educate you, inspire you?
It's about making that conscious choice. Because if you're constantly bombarded with negativity, it's going to impact how you see the world, how you interact with people.
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, doesn't it?
Totally. So it's about recognizing that you have agency. You get to decide what you let into your mind.
You're not just a passive recipient of whatever's thrown at you. You can actively choose to create a more positive internal environment for yourself. Okay, so moving on to the third point that Marcus makes, which I think is super interesting. How you lead yourself is how you lead others.
Ooh, this one's a biggie. And I think it's often overlooked.
Yeah, it gets to the heart of leading by example, right? But starting with self-leadership.
Yes. It's like you can't expect to inspire or influence others in a positive way if you're not living by those same principles yourself.
And he tells this really great story in the recording to illustrate this point. Do you remember the one about the family?
Oh, yeah. With the parents and the kids and the healthy eating.
Yes. So the parents are constantly telling their kids how important it is to eat healthy and exercise, but their own habits are totally different.
Right. Like they're telling the kids to eat their vegetables while they're snacking on chips and soda. And the kids are picking up on that.
It's a classic case of do as I say, not as I do, which, let's be honest, never really works.
No, it doesn't. And Marcus brings in this really cool concept to explain why that is. He talks about mirror neurons.
Mirror neurons. Okay, for anyone who hasn't heard of these before, they're basically brain cells that fire both when you do something A and D, when you watch someone else do the same thing. It's like our brains are wired to learn through imitation.
Yeah, like subconsciously we're mirroring what we see. So in that family example, even though the kids are being told to eat healthy, they're seeing their parents make different choices and their brains are like, okay, this is how we do things.
Exactly. And this applies to so many areas of life, not just parenting. Think about leadership in the workplace, for example.
Right. Like if a manager is always talking about the importance of teamwork, but then constantly throws their colleagues under the bus, I mean, is anyone really going to trust them?
It undermines the whole message. Actions speak louder than words.
Always. And you know what's really cool is that Markus connects this back to that first point about being the constant.
Oh, how so?
Well, he's saying that by consistently striving to lead yourself according to the principles you value, you're actually reinforcing those positive traits within yourself.
It becomes a positive feedback loop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like the more you practice empathy, the more empathetic you become. The more you prioritize honesty, the more deeply that value gets integrated into who you are.
Okay, so to recap what we've learned from Markus today, he gave us 3 really compelling reasons why focusing on your own personality should be a top priority. First, remember that you are the only constant in your life, so self-awareness and self-leadership are key. Second, be the change you want to see in the world by actively shaping your own internal environment.
Right.
And third, recognize that how you lead yourself sets a powerful example for those around you, whether you realize it or not.
It's like that ripple effect, right? Like even small changes in your own behavior can create a ripple that extends outwards.
Exactly. So as we wrap up today, here's a final thought for you to ponder, something that goes a little beyond what Markus talked about. Think about those 3 points. Your constant presence, the power of personal change, and leading by example. Now ask yourself this: what's one small shift you could make in how you lead yourself today that might have a positive ripple effect in your life or in the lives of those around you? Just something small but intentional. It could be anything from being more mindful of your words to setting aside time for self-reflection. It's a question worth sitting with.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It was fun.
Catch you next time.
See ya.